Previously, you found out that you have an aether core in your heart. Whether it was placed there by someone or you've always had it remains shrouded in mystery. What you do know is that many people are after this aether core and they will do whatever it takes to get their hands on it. During a mission with Xavier in our No Hunt Zone number 7, you learned that the modified protocol which had Onychinus' signature mark on it shared the same frequency as the aether core in your heart, prompting your suspicion that the shady organization has an aether core in their possession. So you decided to infiltrate the N109 zone with the hopes of discovering more about Onychinus' involvement with the aether core and whether they were responsible for the tragic explosion that killed your loved ones. After you offered your own aether core as bait to lure them out, you were quickly captured by bounty hunters.
There she is.
This is the prey. It's coming. It worked.
C003 neurotoxin. If you're smart, you won't move.
However, before they could cause you any harm, they met their tragic demise at the hands of a certain handsome, gorgeous, white-haired young man decked in completely in black. And this is none other than Sylus, the leader of Onychinus. Tung, tung, tung. Though this is the first time you lay your eyes on this wonderful body, this Greek body of a man, he greets you with a certain familiarity and then attempts to resonate with you, which fails. Over the course of the next 3 days, Sylus is still unable to resonate with you, and your inability to do so is met with much disdain. He thinks that you are broken and needs to be fixed, so he brings you to meet with a shopkeeper to have you altered.
It's a shame your evil has deteriorated into its current state.
This shopkeeper is a researcher who used to work with Josephine, your grandma. Out of his gratitude to her, he treats you kindly, advising you not to fight against Sylus, but work with him as he would be able to protect you from even darker forces within the N109 zone. He tells Sylus that you're not broken, but rather that your disgust with him is preventing you from resonating.
Expecting you, scared of you, or, disgusted by you.
You also learned that Sylus had been missing in action for a long time, so the recent spate of metaflux explosions, including the one that killed your grandma and Caleb, had nothing to do with him. Rather, he was framed for this dastardly acts. Apparently, in Sylus's absence, his followers have been causing havoc at the direction of an unknown backer. So, in an attempt to flush out his traitors, Sylus leaves you alone to wander in the N109 zone. When you approach a casino operator to gather intel about a Protocore Auction which potentially includes an aether core, you attract the attention of Mr. Sherman, the man responsible for all the infighting in Onychinus. He sent his lackeys to capture you, however the tables were turned on him when Sylus intervened. He destroys a flux nexus controlling the hordes of wanderers who had been summoned to attack you. Upon closer inspection, you realize these wanderers resembled mindless humans with crystals growing out of them, prompting you to recall a conversation you overheard earlier. An organization is experimenting with protocol implants into human hearts and injecting wanderers with human consciousness under a project called the Fountain of Aether. Now, doesn't this sound familiar? Having seen Sylus in action, and that he isn't such a bad guy that people make him out to be, you decide to strike a bargain with him. In return for helping you retrieve the aether core from the auction and to escape N109 zone unscathed, you promise to resonate with him. Sylus scoffs at your offer, seeing that you have no bargaining chip. To be honest, you don't even know why he wants to resonate with you that badly. So he tells you that he will only agree to your deal if you're able to steal a crow brooch from him within 24 hours, pitting your skills, intelligence, and wits against him, and so the hunt begins. You can read about the rather delightful heist in Sylus's Bond story. You won the challenge in the end, so Sylus keeps the end of his bargain. At the Protocore Auction, you try to attract as much attention as possible as Sylus's extravagant guest.
Please wrap it up for me.
5 million.
Why?
Your offer will make people think I'm broke. Wouldn't want that, sweetie.
In that case, I won't hold back. I changed my mind. 10 million. Are these all the protocores you got? I'll buy everything.
Pompous.
In the meantime, he approaches Sherman to find out who is pulling the strings from behind. I believe they should be none other than Ever. Sherman meets his death for even daring to betray Sylus. Does he not know who this heartless conqueror is?
You'll find out after this dance.
How are you so sure I'll listen to you?
Refuse me all you want.
An all-out fight breaks loose as the remnants of his traitors threaten to kill Sylus to no avail. In keeping with his bargain, Sylus brings you to the roof of the building once his enemies have all been destroyed. The entrance to the deep space tunnel opens right above you. You arrive at the remnants of an abandoned research facility. Sylus tells you that it once belonged to Ever, one of the largest conglomerates in all of Lincoln City. You recall stories of how N109 Zone used to be a tech hub before the Chrono Rift catastrophe, so it wasn't surprising that Ever had a research base here. Sylus chides you for being so naive. Perhaps Ever had destroyed their research base to cover their tracks for conducting illegal experiments? You see a flux nexus among the ruins which is giving off familiar aether core readings. After having gone through all the effort
Then
to
you should
arrive
know
here,
what it
you don't
contains.
think twice and resonate with it to retrieve the Protocore. This triggers a violent tremor within the deep space tunnel, and a massive arbiter wing swoops down from above and attacks both of you.
We finally got something presentable.
In the final moments of the battle, you are finally able to resonate with Sylus, and together you destroy the Wanderer. In the midst of doing so, you are suddenly overwhelmed by memories of another world with Sylus. You don't know what happened then, but it appears that you have stabbed him in the heart. The Flex Nexus disintegrates and reveals the aether core you have been looking for. Its powers are absorbed into your body, and the crystal holding it cracks.
Sylus?
Its power belongs to you now. Naturally, the vessel will break as a result.
To me?
Well, isn't this what you wanted?
2 months after the incident that threatened to destroy the N109 zone, rumors have spread on the dark web that an aether core had been found. Meanwhile, your bravery and actions in the N109 zone have spread far and wide within the Hunter Association. Captain Jenna has formed a special operations team to investigate the aether core incident. When your new colleague Simeon continued to sing praises of your escape, you tried to brush off the ridiculous stories about how you had single-handedly disrupted the smuggler chain and found yourself an aether core. At mission briefing, Captain Jenna informs the team that traces of an aether core has been detected in several incidents that happened around Lincoln City over the past month. These strange occurrences of missing bridges and people being transported to random locations suggest that an aether core that distorts space could be the culprit. Using the readings of the beta core protocurves left by these wanderers, the data team has isolated several locations where the aether core may appear again. It seems like you got your work cut out for you. Subsequently, you partner
But at
Zane,
least I have
Raphael,
one last
and
choice.
Xavier respectively to retrieve fragments of an aether core that is responsible for distorting space. During these missions, you come face to face with their past and the inner demons they each need to overcome.
No.
The retrieval of the aether core fragments and accompanying investigation suggest that Ever is involved. Over the news broadcast, the Special Ops team learns that Ever has just launched a new product, a portable flux stabilizer designed to stabilize the metaflux energy around its wearer and reduce the appearance of wanderers. Since Ever also has the technology to attract wanderers, you seriously doubt that Ever is doing this for the good of mankind. Meanwhile, Captain Jenna tells the team not to think too much about Ever at the moment, since it is likely they would have covered their tracks. She shares that the aether core is missing a fourth fragment, and the team's focus should be finding that missing piece. Your next adventure brings you to Sky Haven, where you come face to face with a ghost from your past.
Special Operations' next objective is clear. We must recover this crucial aether core fragment before further complications arise.